Okay guys, we're on to the next lesson, which is figurative language. I put some videos in there for you to watch on figurative language. Remember, authors use it to make their reading, their stories more exciting and more entertaining. It's like similes and metaphors, comparing things using like or as, onomatopoeia, sound words, alliteration, words that start with the same. They do that to try to make it sound more pleasing and to try to make you see pictures in your mind as you're reading, because when you read it should be like a movie theater in your mind. You should see it. So they do that for a reason, and we're glad they do. It makes it really interesting. And there were some in the book. There were tons in the book. I can't even pull out all of them for you, but there was one that says this, where he's talking about Pink's house. It says, the place wasn't much difference from our farmhouse in Ohio. More poor maybe, but it smelled the same, like pine boards and good cooking. So when they use like or as, remember, that's a simile. So he compared the houses right there. And then I found another one that I thought was kind of interesting. It said, they're talking about how Pink could read. It said, Master A. Lee showed him how paper talks. How paper talks, that's kind of cool. So what does that mean? It means reading the words, how it talks to us. So that's kind of cool. They had a lot of alliteration. They had a lot of figurative language. Like this one right here, I wrote some out that we were going to do together. My leg burned. It was angry from the lead ball that was lodged in it. Okay, your leg is angry and it burns. It's got a metal ball in it. What does that mean? My leg hurts. But they said it a lot better. And they told why it hurts, and it was angry. That means you can just see it being red and festered up. So it paints that picture in your head instead of just saying, my leg hurt. It's better. His skin was the color of polished mahogany. That's pretty. You know, polished mahogany is that pretty brown wood. So it puts it in your mind what his skin was the color of. And then whenever Momo Bay says, I've been getting along though, Pinkus, I've been getting along. Getting along means she's doing okay. And Sarah said, I'm okay. They put it in her language so we can kind of see more of her character and understand her and get more in the book. And then another, it says, my mother and Kalo, my father, they jumped the broom on this very spot. Jump the broom was an expression that they used. That means that's why they got married. That's pretty cool. I never knew that. And Master Ali showed him how paper talks. We just did that one, which was reading. And then listen to this one. I could feel my breathing catch. My chest was heavy. My hands were sweating and I felt sick to my stomach. This is right before he told Momo Bay about him being a deserter. Does that not let you see exactly how he feels, how emotional he is about this? Internally how he feels about having to tell her this. It paints that picture. If your breathing is catching and if your chest feels heavy and your hands are starting to sweat, it's putting a picture in our heads instead of just saying, well, he was kind of scared to tell her. It shows us how he was kind of scared, how he felt. And then it says, this is when the marauders came, when they were hiding down in the root cellar. We heard the porch steps creak as she ran from the cabin. She was drawing them off. So drawing them off means that she was having them follow her to protect Pink and Say. You can just hear those porch steps creaking as she walks down there, and they're just in there bundled, trying to be so silent. And then talking about he was flying Union colors. That means he was wearing a Union uniform. And then it says, this is the last one that I got. There's so many, guys. There's so many. If you reread the book, look at it, there's so many. It's just beautiful figurative language that Patricia Polacco uses that lets us feel the emotion in the book and feel the emotion of the people. And that's why they use figurative language. I watched tears fill his eyes, and I cleaved mine to his until we were pulled apart. Do you remember? That's at the very last, whenever they are taken to Andersonville. This picture. That was them. And you can just feel the sadness that's going through them. You can just feel it whenever they read that. So remember, guys, when we start to do some writing, figurative language just makes our writing more interesting. It paints a picture, it's imagery, paints a picture in our mind of what we're reading. So that's why we do it. That's why we learn about it. So now on your poster today, we're going to add figurative language. So let me get that in a second. I'm going to explain to you what we're going to do with that.